my throne, waiting for my cup of tea and my scone. And as I sit here thinking about kings and queens and what makes good rulers, I can't help but think of the little princess. Do you know the story of the little princess? She's a little girl called Sarah Carew who gets sent to a private boarding school. Now, she is a very rich little girl. Anything that this little girl wants, she has. And she has a great relationship with her dad, and her dad is really sad to be dropping her off at this private school, but he has to go off and fight in a war, and he gives her everything she could want. She has the best room in the boarding house. She has beautiful dolls and beautiful clothes, and all the other little girls wish that they could have the things she has. But the really lovely thing about Sarah is that she treats all the people around her beautifully, and she believes it's her job to behave as a little princess. But she also acknowledges that it's really easy to be good and kind and generous when you have everything you need. She decides to challenge herself and see if, even if she had nothing, would she still be good? Would she still be a good little princess? And as it turns out, fate would have it that she gets the chance to challenge herself. Her dad loses, well, his very life, actually, and all of the money that was keeping her in the school is gone. She loses everything and becomes a servant in the school. And after a little bit of sadness and grief, she realizes that this is the thing. This is the challenge of who she really is. If she was able to be a little princess when she had everything, could she still be kind and generous and good now that she has nothing? And she decides to make that her mission. And I think the upshot of the story, The Little Princess, is all about how the greatest princess is someone who is serving the people around her, caring for the people around her. And last week I told you about Queen Elizabeth II and how she has been such an amazing ruler for so long now. And it's because she's actually spent her life in service. Even though we see that it's a great privilege to be born into royalty, she has taken that responsibility and made it her life's mission to serve the people of Britain and the Commonwealth. And of course, she has a great role model in that, because we have from the Word of God the fact that that's exactly what Jesus was like. You see, Jesus was a king. He's the Son of God, and he came to earth. People were expecting him to come to earth. People had been waiting for centuries for the Son of Man to arrive, and he came, and they thought he was going to be the kind of king that liberated them from the Romans, but he was actually the kind of king that liberated them from death. Huge. I want to read from Mark chapter 10. I'm going to read from verse 42, but then I'll show you verse 45. It says, "So Jesus called them together and said, 'You know that the rulers in this world lord it over the people, and officials flaunt their authority over those under them. But among you, it will be different. Whoever wants to be a leader among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first among you must be the slave of everyone else. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others and to give his life as a ransom for many.'" See that? The Son of Man, the Son of God, the King of the universe, came not to be served, but to serve. And that right there tells us exactly what the best kind of ruler is. It's a ruler that serves the people. And it tells us the kind of king we have. He's one that came to serve us, to bless us. Everything Jesus did was for us. That's an amazing king. That's a king worthy of being on the throne. That's why it's worth us asking ourselves who is on the throne in our lives. And it's worth us remembering that the kind of ruler that Jesus was is the kind of ruler that gives, not takes.
Mom, sun's not rising. Can't get the mixture right.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, I'll come and give you a hand. I'll teach you how to make them. I better go. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next Sunday.